Hello again, this is Old Man PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for the old guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. This is video 41. Now I took the liberty of kind of adding some few lines of code because on the video before this one I was actually doing this and I was in the middle of typing and my computer failed. So you had to kind of reboot and come right back, and after all that typing, I'm like, oh man. So I decided to kind of not erase it and give it to you blank. I decided to keep it like that. So basically what I was doing was that under the body tag, right, I added the menu, which happens to be this here. See right here? This menu right here. Home, red, purple, blue, orange, and footer. And so I create the menu here. And what I want to do is for each of these menu, I want him, see red, I want it to go to red. Purple, go to purple, blue, go to blue, orange, and so on, right? I want you to, when you hit footer, you're going to go straight down to footer, which happens to, let me bring this up, which happens to be this, footer, right? So then I created a button, which doesn't do anything right now. And I kind of set class BT, that means button. See, when I put bootstrap, it's going to make it look nice and blue. So I have to find bootstrap, but I'll probably put it in anyway. It might even do some things, I don't know, I have to see. And then we said type is submit, because, and then when you submit, it's going to say, oh, on click, I want you to run AJAX. See, if you had this, if you didn't have this, like this, it will submit a form, but I don't have a form. So by doing that, it'll submit JavaScript, because we're doing a HTML and JavaScript video. I want to show you the how to scroll, like how to smooth scroll down to the colors. And by doing that, you're going to learn a little bit more of HTML. And I'm pretty sure you guys already know this, but I put it up there just in case you've forgotten or don't know how to do it. We're doing the inline. A lot of times you should always have add event listeners, like right down here. For like, let's say if I kind of went like this, script, like that. That means that JavaScript is going to do this for you. And there's a lot of ways. This is not a JavaScript. This is basically a PHP course, but I figured you learn a little bit of this JavaScript so that way you can learn some of this stuff. So when we're ready to do more PHP, you would know. But I know for a fact that a lot of companies would love for you to know how to smooth, how to jump to different section of a page and do it smoothly, you know what I mean? You know, people like things to look good. So that's what happened. Now the footer is just in case you're like down here. Let's say this was long and you needed to kind of hit purple or blue. No, you're going to have to go right back up there and hit the purple or blue. But if you add this in the footer, it's there. You don't have to worry about going back up there. You can just say purple and it'll take you to purple. And that's it. So basically that's it. But as you can see, it doesn't work. Nothing works, as you can see. Nothing works, right? It's just optics. That's all it is. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to add the JavaScript to get this certain. By the way, I want to add. We added this right here. This one right here. This is it's a blue color. See that little line right there? This little line. It's actually a div. It's a box. It just doesn't have anything in it. I just made it 10, 0, auto. That means that if anything hits, like if you put something in it, it'll get to the middle or to the side. But right now it's not doing anything, it's just kind of sitting there. Alright, so the first one is the div, which is this one, div. That's what that does, which is that blue one. Then the next one is the red, right? Now you're going to give it this could be a class. I'm not going to create any classes. And the way you create classes, if you come up here and you do this, like this, and that was, what was it? Rec sec, like this. This is a class. So what happens, you put it as a dot. This is what you call a class. And then you put in, I don't know, let's say background color is yellow. How about that? Something like that. You can save it. Boom, see how I made it yellow? Because you say the class is yellow, that's what that is. Same thing with the what is it? Where are we? The ID, and you can call it anything you want, but I called it the same thing. But the ID is called by using an ampersand. So let's say we move this and change this into red, right? And it'll do it also, okay? But we're not doing it like that because we're running it, we're actually holding, we're keeping it inside. We're doing an inline, and we're doing the inline, which this is what gave me that solid. Let's refresh this. See, this is what gave me that solid red, solid purple, solid blue. See, because I gave it that one. I want it solid. I want blue. Excuse me. I want the 4. That's why it's fat like this, kind of like a really thick line. That would be 4. You can make it any thicker you want. If you wanted this to be like 10, it'll make it like that. That's kind of nice. Maybe we'll do that. We'll do it at 10. We'll do it at 10. So this is solid. Then 25, see padding, that means 25. 25 spaces from here to here is 25. From here to here, we gave it a, where are we? 50. 25, 25, and from here to here, 50. This doesn't make any sense, but yeah, looks ugly, but it's okay. Now, we're going to do the same thing with the purple, right? So let's do 10. And it's all the same thing, right? But we called it purple this time because we're going to be using this. See this rec set? And we're gonna hit this button. It's going to call JavaScript. JavaScript is going to scroll, and it's going to scroll to red. Right now, this is red. This one is purple, purple, blue, blue, orange, orange. It'll just go straight to orange if you hit the orange button. Right? See, scrolling, smooth scrolling in AJAX. So we're gonna do that, right? We're gonna have let's make everything 10. That's kind of cool looking. Let's do 10. All right, where are we? 10. That's the foot. I really don't care. I'll leave it the way it is. Boom, there you go. Nice solid color. Leave it nicely, right? Okay, now we're going to do the JavaScript stuff. Because right now you're not doing anything. So we're going to put stuff in here. That's the important thing. And then I'll show you something else too that's kind of also important. But right now we're going to do the smooth. So we're going to say Java. See, in PHP, this is how you do a variable, right? But in JavaScript, you got to say var or let. Like this, but I'm using var. So you're going to say var dist, that's a variable, right? I want speed to be a variable. I also, look, you can put it on one line. I want int scroll. I always use the same words when I do this. Then you do the move, scroll, and of course you got your semicolon, that sends it. Now that's all right. So now I want to say move, scroll, and I want to assign a 0 to it, like that. And what I want to do is I want to run the function. So we're going to say function. Remember that function name? Where is it? We're missing. Wait a minute. This function name. Where is it? Scroll func, like that. That's it. Right here. So we're going to say function. Put the name. Of course, you got to, that's also the same. That's why when you learn PHP, you're going to pick up on JavaScript really fast. This is very similar. And if you learn JavaScript, which is how I did it, then you're going to pick up on PHP very easily. All right, so we're going to do this. So we're going to say that the destination equals to document dot get element by ID. That means that you're going to get this ID. See this? This is this div. This is a document. This whole thing is a document, but the element that is by ID is this stuff. Stuff with the ID in it. That will be your element by ID. This will be your ID. There's another one, element by class. It'll be this class. But always stick with ID. ID is like, you know, only one thing. You're not going to put 5 items and put 5 boxes and say equals to ID purple set. No, you will name it differently because this is just identification. One of a kind. Classes, you could say classes to purple section to all 5 of those boxes if you want to. So that way it affects all 5. All right. So basically that's what, wait a minute. ID, and then you're going to put in parentheses, right? That's how you call it. We're going to add some other stuff too, but right now I just wanted to add this out of the way. Come on. I'm going to say parv this, and then you're going to say dot offset. Let me see, set top. There you go, right here. Offset top. That means when you call it, you're going to hit the top part of this div. Same thing. Top of the div. You're going to hit that top. It's going to scroll to that top of that div. This is where it's going. That's your offset top. Then what else do we add? We add a destination plus on top of that, we're going to add the initialization. Remember we created a, right here. This is the actual work. This is the set. See, by the way we're going to do this, we're going to use this thing called, let me write it down over here. Set time out, of course, like that. And there's the other one too. There's the set timeout, and there's the set, what is the other one called? It escapes me right now. Well, set timeout is what we're going to be using. What happens is you're setting the time, right? And you're going to give it a time limit between there to there, because it's going to run itself. It's going to run itself. The way this works is that when you hit, let's say, purple to get to purple, it's going to go, it's going to slide like this, but it's going to do it very fast. And it's going to keep going like this and keep going like this nice and slowly. At the same time adding the lines to get to this. And plus, because you did set offset top, it'll know that it's to the top. But that action, you're not going to see it like this until we do another thing. So we're going to say, let's see, let's put that in there. We're going to say equals to set time. I should have put it, you know something, on the, I will put in set, oh, here it goes. Set timeout. And then it's, of course, a parentheses. And you're going to do a function, anonymous function. Like this. See? This, did I spell that right? I thought I was missing. Anonymous function. Okay, there goes. You're going to do this. You're going to set the timeout timeout is going to use a anonymous function, doesn't need a name, and then it goes and does this part. Now this part right here happens to be, this part right here happens to be the set timeout. So we're going to put this in here. So what we're going to do is in between, right? Because this is, in set timeout needs two parameters. You're going to send in two arguments. The first argument on the left will be the function. Doesn't need a name, just say function. It does whatever's inside here. Once you call it, then what we're going to do is we're going to scroll func. We're going to run this function all over again. It's like you're going to set timeout, and I want you to run this every second, let's say. And then it does that, and this gets bigger and bigger. That ends up getting to, if you hit orange, it'll know how to get to orange because you keep adding to it. It says calling it. It's a little difficult to kind of explain, but you'll see what I'm saying. I'm going to say set timeout. We already, excuse me. Let's get rid of the spaces, really. Now, remember, that's the first one. The second one would be a number 1, right? That would be the seconds, milliseconds, whatever you want to call it. Because you can actually change the speed of it by, but we'll see in a second. We do this, this is part of that. So let's just keep up with the old tree. The way to do this is you go like this, say end, sort of like this. That's it. That will be JavaScript is a little different. You could probably do the /n. I always did it this way. Okay, in this, it does this. Then inside here, before we hit, because this is one of them, we want to run we want to check things out. Let me see, this is part of that, right? So let's move this down a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to move. See this move scroll? The numbers are going to go up and up. And that's how it knows to. So we're going to say move scroll like that equals to move scroll plus the speed. Plus the speed. Then we're going to check if move scroll is greater than the destination. Let's put a space there. You know, of course, early, right? Because you want to do something there. We're gonna say if it actually, in other words, if it got once you say blue and it got here, that means this move scroll, the number will be big because you're adding it here. What happens is this will call itself. It's gonna keep going like this. Look, it's like you're hitting scroll function by yourself, just going like this, hitting the buttons constantly like this, making it move. But we're not doing that. We're letting JavaScript loop through this function, run this function automatically several times. And once it hits a certain amount, then I want you to close it up. We don't need this set timeout no more. And the way to do that is by doing, matter of fact, I forgot to mention something we got to do here, but we'll do that in a second. Let's do the close. That I know for a fact. Time out like this. Let's put a little space. And this is what we, where is it? This. Because remember, you named, but you assign set timeout function to this variable. So we're going to put it right inside there. Say my colon, and that's it. there is something else that I want to, before we do that, let's give these things some kind of numbers, like destination equals to 0. We can put this all in one line, by the way. Speed equals, let's give it as 10. If you say 20 or something, it'll probably be slower. Then if we do int scroll set equals to null, okay, because we're not going to use that right now until we get here. So let's do space. Let's see, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. Destination speed 10, that's good enough to do. Did I spell that right? No, I did not. I did S. No wonder it looked weird. Alright, so we go like this, you do 10, you do this. Now inside here, we got to do something. Right in here. So what should we do? We want to call it the scroll. So we're going to say, let's call this guy. We're going to stick it right in here. Let's jump over. Semicolon. And then we're going to say Pada. See this right here? We're going to get this ID automatically because this is going to give it to us once we read this, once we hit it. The reason why it did that, because over here, scroll button giving it to you. Right here, look. Orange, sec, blue, purple. That's your Pada, like as in paragraph. So that's what this is. So you're going to say Pada. Could have named it anything, but that's okay. I always use the same thing. Alright, so we have this, we got this, this is 1. We got the, sorry guys, you got the set timeout. Now if I hit this, let's do a refresh. It's not doing anything. Let's go to orange. You kind of see how it jumped on? Let's see. Let's go to purple. I kind of jumped onto purple. Let's go to orange. Look, it jumped onto orange. That's not really doing nothing. Photo, it's not doing anything. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to add, what should we add? A window. Did we do the speed? Yeah, that's the speed. So we're going to do, we did the timeout. That's the closing of function. Right? Right here, we're going to have to do this. So it's going to say window. JavaScript is weird. See, JavaScript deals with in front end. Because every browser has a interpreter, a compiler, and it's got all kinds of stuff you could program. That's why JavaScript is for. It's for the front end stuff. But if you wanted to deal with databases and stuff, you would need an AJAX function, right, to read the database. Or you put database, but you still need something in the other end, which is a PHP script, because PHP and Microsoft ASP and some other ones are server-side stuff. They do all the work on the server side, and that's the ones that gets to talk to the database. JavaScript can't do that, but they have to do it through an AJAX situation. AJAX is a way of, you know, like if I hit this right here, I should get information, but I shouldn't go in here to a PHP to give me the file that I want and then boom, give it to me here. It'll be refreshing. This is a way of not refreshing. It's like if it doesn't. Okay, so now somebody text me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll, because this is a command that JavaScript has. We're going to say 0, that's like the bottom. Like 0 means you're going to scroll from here, 0, all the way to the destination, which would be whatever it is that you put in your move. And the thing is that the real, let me see, let's see if I spell that right. Looks weird, but yeah, scroll. I thought it was, yeah, scroll. I thought it was scroll by. That's what happens when you don't play with JavaScript. because I'm mostly PHP, but I do this a lot. I got a whole bunch of stuff and I just cut and paste my stuff. Alright, we typed it out though. Hopefully it'll work. Let's see. Let's see if we get an error. Did we get an error? No, we did not. That's good. Will it work? Don't know. Not yet. Because it's nothing enough. It's just... So if I... Let's see. Let's go to orange. See how it kind of went? It went fast because you got this only a little bit. You got to make it. So what we're going to do is right here, set function. I'll tell you what. You know what we're going to do? We're going to make this 10 times. We're going to copy this 10 times. I'm going to say 1. Where is it? No, let's keep it up. Let's keep it together. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, to tell you the truth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like that. I know it looks weird, it's together, but I mean, I can just go like this. Listen, if it makes you feel better. You know what I mean? So it really doesn't matter. Like this. You get the point, right? We're going to keep it like that. Doesn't really... Alright, I just wanted to make it long. In other words, I want to make it big enough so you can see the scrolling. Oh, there it goes. See? So you can see the scrolling. So what I'll do is I'll copy this too and I'll make it 10. So we'll say that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll do the other one too. 2, 3, 4. Wait a minute. I forgot to write. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could have just used that same one. I just wanted the word orange. You know what I mean? Or the word blue or the word. So we'll go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's save it. See, it's got it. Now is enough for me to scroll. So let's see. Let's go to more red sphere. Let's go to blue. Did not work. Oh, wait a minute. Why did it not work? Let's see. Is there something missing in my script? Shouldn't be really. We gave you the wait a minute. No, they're all there. It's all there. That's all. Wait a minute. Red. Oh, I know why. Should have been. Yeah, they'll have it. Yeah, they'll get it. Look, I got it right here. Blue set. Blue, purple set. Blue set. Purple set. Blue set. Doesn't matter. It's all there. It's my JavaScript is the problem. Alright, let's see. We're going to deal with this. Let me see. We're going to say var does. We got the speed. We got the scrolling. We got the move. Let's see. We're going to say 0. We're going to do a 10. And initialize scroll set equals to no. Now we're going to say move equal to 0. Oh, I know why. Forgot to put it right in there. Remember, if it's calling you, where is it? Right here? This thing has to go somewhere, so it's calling itself, so it has to come here. Then it comes here. does some stuff and then comes back, and it goes on and on and on like this. So that should work. I'm getting worried there, so I forgot my JavaScript. So let's go to orange. There he goes. You saw that? It's a little quick. I mean, let's speed it up. Let's do I don't know, 20 maybe. Let's see. Let's get back up there. So let's go orange. Oh, that was fast. So what happens if you do 50? That should be like. Okay. Ah, that was fast. So I say we say 10. How about 5? I would do like very slow. So let's go quick. That was fun. So let's go here. There you go. A little slow. I mean, it's up to you. You want it that slow, you want it 10 to be a little faster, but there you go. This is just scrolling. That's just scrolling. Let's go back up there. So now we're gonna do something with this. It's not doing anything, but look at this. I just showed you how to scroll. I mean, this could be a nice, beautiful website with titles, pictures, of course. But the main ingredient is all here. I'm gonna put this whole thing, like the link, at the description below. But this way you can just keep it. Remember, cut and paste, put a folder, call it resources, and put all your stuff in there. So when you're out in the field and you're like, okay, I gotta do something, even if you don't talk, because listen, when it's good that you're learning, and hopefully you did learn JavaScript, or maybe that's gonna be your next thing, or maybe it's gonna be WordPress. But me, because I learned a lot of different things, it's good to have stuff, because a lot of times when you're learning, like lately I've been HTML, the JavaScript, this stuff was kind of easy, but this really complicated stuff using objects, and you add the event horizon, the event listeners. That's where you don't need to put, like, you don't need to have this set up in here, inline, because you can just have the button. But JavaScript is going to read this button, and it's going to go down here, and it's going to say, okay, it's going to check the event listener. That's what they call it. It's called add event listener to some kind of variable that you're going to use, and it reads it. It reads your stuff, and then you have to hook it up. I use the modern way of doing it. I forgot what the name is, but I'll probably add it up anyway. I'm gonna give you some good comments on some of these things, so that way you can see it. So okay, but you can kind of figure out what's going on here. So let's deal with this part. I want when I hit this, I want something to go in here, in between here. Right now there's nothing. It's just, so you see this little line with nothing inside. It's really a box. It's a div. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the actual function that we're going to use, and we're going to say function. Now AJAX is not, I mean, it's not complicated, but it's a lot of weird stuff that you kind of have to memorize. Gee, look, I spelled it too. See, JSON, like that. Then we're gonna say like this, and of course don't forget your curly braces, because you get, wait a minute, boom, there you go. And your curly braces is gonna do like, so now what is creative? This one I memorized it, XML, because remember it's using SML, HTMLP, we're gonna say that. And then we're going to also use data, like that, right? So now we're gonna run the AJAX to see if it's there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say if, and then in caps you're gonna say XML. Remember we're talking about XML. This is what does it. HTTP request. You have to spell it like that. You gotta have this caps, and all this has to be caps. Of course, these could be low cases, okay? That's how you spell it. So now I'm going to do something with that. So we're going to say, because we created this already, we're going to take this and we're going to assign something to it. We're going to assign the actual object. So remember how we say new? So we're going to say XML HTTP request. There you go. You're going to assign an object to that field, right? Then you're going to say if it's not this. See, what happens is if you're using a Microsoft IE, you know, the browser, which is dying really, and don't use it. It's a piece of crap. But you still have to check for it just in case somebody's using it. But basically this will work all the time here. This will always be true because you're using Chrome, what is that? The Firefox, what's it called? What's old Oxygen, I think it is. And the other browsers, but not IE. IE, the Internet Explorer, that sucks. But we need to put in an else just in case. So there's a lot of space here. So we're going to say else, like that. And then of course you're going to, let's do this. Apply this to that. Let's move it over here. You know, I got to eat something before. Oh my God, it's already 1 o'clock. Oh, it sucks. All right, let's do this real quick. Now we're going to apply the Microsoft stuff. And the way they do it is weird. So we're going to say, it's going to say, you got to do it like this. Active X object. I remember doing that a lot when I was doing active server pages. I was using all these. And that was complicated because Microsoft does things, you know, it's not a real true operating system like Linux. All right, so we're going to go like this. We're going to say Microsoft dot XML HTTP. That's it. That's the name of it. No, we're going to do it my way. Microsoft XML HTTP. It might be small old letters, but I think it's best to do it this way. If you're using that, I'm pretty sure you guys ain't. Safari stuff would use Safari, Chrome, all will use this. What's the other one? I think I have more. Chrome, Safari. I don't know. Can't remember. All right, so now we have this, right? So then you're gonna run this. This stuff here belongs to here. So it'll be something like, oops, sorry. Like that. And this one would be the actual function. So let's write that down. Then otherwise everything else will be. All right, that'd be good. That's good enough. Let's move this up a little bit, right? That's good. That's good. So we got this. We got this. Now we're gonna do some stuff. We got to do some stuff. So right now we got. Let me see. Here, and I'm going to. Let me see. Let's open some spots because there's a lot of things we got to do now. Because we got to read. So what you're going to do is you're going to say XML. Remember how you turn this into an object? Well, that's what you're going to be using. HTTP. Then you're going to say on ready state change. That means when the state is changing, I want you to run this. So this is function, anonymous function, like that. And then we're going to check to see if it became because one day I'll show you how to check for using the developer tool to look at memory, to look at stuff. I'll be showing you that, and then you'll see. I'll show you that with this stuff, so that way you see when you do what I'm about to do, which is if XML HTTP dot ready state, like that. You have to write it like this with the caps is equal to 4, because that's the one you're going to do first. And when it reached 200, that means that it worked. That means that the message AJAX actually went out there, talked to some, whatever it is that you're doing, and then came back with the results. That thing, that successful thing, that will be the 200. The 400 means that it's ready, and the 200 status means that it worked. So we're going to say XML HTTP dot status equals 200. You want me to put a space here so you can see it better? I'll do it. So this is part of that, right? So what we're going to do is, let's do this. So let's move this down, because you're going to do a lot more stuff here. Then what you're going to do is just actually your nesting if statements. So right here inside, right, you're going to call it. You're going to say, remember data? We did this right here, data. So we're going to go here. We're going to say data. I want you to assign the JSON dot parse. Remember that one? That's also the same thing. See? So it's the same thing as what we got in PHP. Excuse me. And what we're going to do is we're going to parse. Of course, that's a function. Then we're going to create this, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to say XML HTTP dot response, and this would be text like that. And of course, don't forget that. Just say it's already there. Okay, HTML dot response time. See, after you have done this and it worked out good, that response time, that's what this is. The stuff that you got back is in the response text. See? So now you're applying it to the data variable, which that created the what you call it, the object before when you did this, right? So if you did this and you did that, response time, blah, 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 blah. So let's say, let's put this here, over here. So we're going to say, and like that. And within here, if we see where it says data, we're going to run some stuff. So we're going to, let's move this out the way. Like that. Let's go into, we're going to create let's say var, those variables. I'm going to say hold equals to data length. That's because we're going to use that. Like that, data length. And then semicolon. See, PHP uses count, JavaScript uses length. So we also got str length in PHP to give you the length of a string. But this is giving you the length of whatever came out over here. But we're going to apply it to hold. Now we're going to do the for loop. Remember the for loop? Same thing. We're going to use the for loop. We're going to use I equals to 0. Remember, does it have a $sign? Does it need it? Because that's JavaScript here. Then you're going to say I equals It's together like this. Hold. You know that hold that you see right there? Then you're going to say oops, plus plus. Remember that? And then that's it. It keeps sitting there. Then you got just curly braces. Remember? All the fors and the ifs, they all got those. And then you're going to say doc. Now you're going to display some data from the object, right? But we're going to use document. You can even hook up another variable that to hold the word doc. And then you just put it right in there, as in doc. Like you could do, should we do it over here? Like this, doc. And then you can say, maybe I shouldn't be showing you this, but doc equals, what was it? Document, like this. So you can use just the doc here. But because we're learning, in other words, you could do it like this, doc, that, get element, or get document, or whatever. But because I'm teaching, don't worry, there'll be some course I'm going to show you how to do that. But for now, let's not deal with that. We'll keep it like this, because we want to use the word document. We'll use the whole word, document. You get what I'm talking about, right? Then you're going to say get element by ID. Remember that? Get element by ID. And of course, you're going to give it, messed that one up, Y and ID like that. And then in here, we're going to stick in what you used up here. So let's see. Where is it? Right here. You're going to use this document, right? You're going to get this element by ID, this doc, the whole doc, and reach the whole doc. Then you put it right here. Don't forget. Then what we're going to do is dot, because we ain't finished, we're going to say inner HTML equals 2. That means that, let me show you. See this right here? This, let me bring this down for a second. See? Inner HTML is this right here, a space right here. So if you put information here, it's going to show up, right? Right now it doesn't have nothing. All you have is a stupid solid line, blue, because I told it, one solid blue line, right? So it'll put that information in there. It'll be something like that. So what you do is you're calling it right here, right? And then we're going to say plus, because since you're doing the for, you're going to say plus equals like that, because you're going to keep adding to it. You're going to keep adding to it. So you're going to say data. Remember data? Should we have a little space there so we can see it better? All right. Because you called it up, it becomes an array, right? So you say I, that will be this I, because you're going to keep going down the line, reading each, and I'm not talking about this, I'm talking about, well, that's okay. And then you're going to say, should we do that? What are we calling? What was the name of the JSON file that we were going to use? Maybe this one. We'll probably use this one right here. So we'll call it data, but what is it? Do we have last name in this one? Yeah, we do. Last name right there. So we'll go there. We'll go say last name. Let's see. Let's say, yeah, this is how it's written. Last name, like that. Then you're going to say plus. And of course, remember how we did the dot in PHP? They use plus. Then you're going to say like this, because you want it to jump to the next line. And then that's it. Now this guy belongs to him. So we'll say let's give it a space so you can see it better. Okay. So it says, oh, if it works, okay, so if it does work, I want you to go blah, blah, blah. And let's get rid of this stuff. I think we're done. Let me see. I'm going to have to take a quick look. But I think we're completely done. Now, almost done. How about that? Because we still got to call it. It's not doing anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to call it XML. Remember that one? http.open. See that? And I want to get that file. I want to say get. Wait, oops, this is not right. It doesn't look good. Get like that, comma, another one of this, comma, and then say true. So I want it to be true. Then you got your semicolon. Then you have something called XML http.send. I want you to send that information. I know it's just a weird way of doing it, but let's go like this. You can leave it like that, or you can just put the word no like this. I don't know what to do. You say, please send and do this. I want you to get this. Please send, but do it through AJAX. I don't want to refresh my page. That's basically what it's saying. So where's the scripting? Let me see. We have this. We have that. Let's get rid of that crap. You know, it does take the double. It actually does take the double comments. Just remember, it does. Ooh, okay, so this belongs to that guy. So I'm going to move him a little bit, like right here. This one stays there. That one stays. This one belongs to him. He's in that line. See that line right there? That's cool. We could do that. We'll leave that there. This could be there. That's good. All right. Then this stays right there. Then you have this one, which happens to be the main guy. Where are we? Function. This stays in there. We'll keep it lined. So we're trying to line it up so it'll look good. And that's it. I think that's pretty much it. Well, let's see. Let's see if that'll work. Did I call that 1? It is a 4. Did I spell that right? Man, I gotta get a cheat sheet so I can put it over here. That way we both can see it. Alright, let's give it a shot. Let's get rid of that crap. Ready? We already saw this. Uh-oh, something happened. What's going on here? Did I mess that up? Well, it doesn't matter because you already saw what I did. I wanted to show you this part. Oh no. See this right here? Can I go like this? Sweetie. Well, oh, wait a minute. We got to give it the right name. This doesn't like what we just have because I don't have it. They don't. Where is it? Oh, right here. Right here. I'm going to give it. Okay, we're going to say, what was the name of the stupid? Okay, 2310/2023 dot is called JSON. I wonder if that person got a dog. Didn't sound right. Let's see. Huh. I'm missing something. What's your name? What's your name? Let's see. Wait a minute. Is that the right name? Did I call it? Let me see this one. This one has the name for it. That's not right. something went wrong. I must have missed something. Let me see. I'm going to have to look at this real quickly. Okay, well, the scoring part we already did. Something is not working. Otherwise, let's see. I did the window thing, which we already saw it. Then it says function my Java, my JSON, AJAX JSON, my AJAX JSON. Who was your name? Is it, wait a minute. Is it possible that, let's see. I have to look at this a second. Why? Why is it? Did I mess this up for a second? It's a div. I want it in here. This is your. Wait a minute. Did I spell this right? Huh. Did I have a button that says Let me see. Did I call this AJAX, my AJAX JSON? Where are we? Right here. This spelled. It's just like this, right? Button. Button. How do you spell button? And I'll click. I want you to run this. Let's copy this. Where are we? Right here. Now, why is this doing this? So what I did was I opened the XML, HTTP. That's kind of cool. And then you got the data, right? Then what I did was I said, well, let me check. I said, where are we? XML HTTP requests. Then I said, wait a minute. I want you to say XML HTTP request into that one because I did open it up over here. I mean, I assigned it. Then I said, else, I want you to check for ActiveX XML HTTP new ActiveX object Microsoft. That should have worked. That finishes that. Then I check to see if this guy, now that it's an object, has this call. Maybe I spelled this wrong. On ready state. Let me see. On ready state change equals to function. Then we're going to say XML ready state. Why is this JSON .xml, man? Some response text. And then we're going to say hold equals to the data length. That's good. Then we're going to say document get element by ID. I want you to do it dot inner HTML. Wait a minute, here's the problem. That's a problem right there. Let's see. Bet you that's what it was. There it goes. But it said undefined. Why? Do we have Let's see the name of it. This HTTP last name that we have. Maybe it's not. Let me see. Let's do 10. There it goes. That's what it was. I'm gonna have to find. There it goes, right here. Oh, the N is. See, there you go. Last name. The N was, caps. In this particular case, the N was smaller. So you needed to make sure. So there you have it. Just a little bit what we just did killed the job, which is kind of strange. Let's refresh it. There you go. See? Sorry guys, it took just a little bit because you have to analyze. Well, you saw how I did it. I went back. I said, okay, let's see what's going on. This is how you do the vars. Then this is how you assign stuff. You could have just did it on the same line. Then you say move the scroll to 0, which is okay. Remember the first time this didn't work because I forgot to put para. It's parameter. Could be name anything. You could call it anything. I just called it para. Then you get the get element by ID from that para, which means that when you hit, where is it? When you hit this here and it finds this, it's, oh, we want the purple sector, purple section. Where did it go? Then I want an offset, means like the top of the purple section. So I want you to run set timeout through. We're going to put it through here. I want you to run it every second, and it goes fast. That's why you get that smooth. Because in reality, it just, if you had to slow everything down, you hit that, and you know what happens? Nothing. Then something happens. Nothing. Then something happens. Then nothing. Then something. But by doing it like this, it's doing that so fast that for you, it looks like it's smooth. Let's do it. Why don't you just refresh every time you do it? There you go. All the way to the bottom. Boom, right here, the offset. So that's what happens. And then of course, let's go back. I'm gonna fix that too. Then you read this, it gives it to you. Well guys, we reached the end. You saw how I did it. I kind of went line for line, and I said, oh, because sometimes you don't see it. You guys probably saw it. You guys were probably screaming at the screen, say, hey man, you forgot, you got an extra plus sign, an extra equal sign. And I'm sorry I didn't hear you. But anyway, we reached the end, and if you enjoyed this video and you know this is going to help you out, and you know that you can use this as a template and just take it for resources, put it in your folder, just give me the like button, because I'm going to give you a lot more stuff, man. People pay for this type of stuff. But I'm going to give it to you for free because I believe in that. And please subscribe to my channel because that really helps my channel grow. And on the next video, we're going to talk about, well, I don't know what we're going to talk about. We'll let you know. Maybe a little more about the scrolling file or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. Let's see. So thank you very much. Until next time, a good night.